guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, this little cutie is Sammy, and today we are watching Season 4, Episode 2 of For All Mankind. I am excited, but also apprehensive because I just watched the first episode and it made me cry. Par for the course for the show, but I'm worried about Margot, I'm worried about Aleida, I'm worried about Ed, I'm worried about Danielle because they like to kill people on this show. So, yeah, I just have a lot of fear for the characters that I love going into this season. So, quick recap. Margot in Russia trying to get contact with the people that are supposed to let her talk to them, but they won't. Aleida struggling with PTSD, there's something wrong with Ed, and Danielle is going to be the new commander of Happy Valley. So, that's kind of where we are. Let's see where we're going to go in episode 2.
I work directly under the XO. That's executive officer to you, Ed Baldwin. Old man Mars himself.
Old man Mars.
You're all going to grab a Smiggy.
A
Standard
Smiggy.
Mars initial gear issue. It contains everything you need to begin your career as a Red Dirt Marsie, including a watch that operates on Mars time.
If this is Ed, I better be hearing some high bobbing.
Hi, Bob.
Yes!
Bob.
I was waiting!
You couldn't stay away, huh?
Yeah. I guess I'm a real glutton for punishment.
That's gotta be it.
GK.
For Grigori.
I keep expecting him to just come around the corner with that big old shit-eating grin of his.
Yeah. Hey, would have been so happy seeing you back up here.
Yeah.
Hey, let me show you around.
Right.
Ed needs a haircut, can I just say, because it's a bit rough.
Lee!
Is it?
Lee!
Is he ignoring?
Hey! How you doing, man? I heard you came back up here.
우리 집결 동무 똑바로 하라.
Act properly.
알겠습니다. Nice to see you.
What's
Okay.
going on with him?
That was weird.
He's just being careful. He's got a lot of eyes on him since he came back up here, and the North Koreans are making sure he knows his place.
Okay, team. Where are we?
Section
Sub
2, sub-level
level
3.
Good. Out of how many levels?
5.
4. Oh,
Gold star for you,
I only
Rich.
saw 4 on the
Bottom
thing.
2 are still under construction, so they're off limits. Come on. Always keep an eye out for the location of emergency equipment.
Sublevel reminds me of The Pretender, which, if you know that show, then you're my people, because I loved it growing up.
Nobody tries to go in there. Clear?
Okay.
Clear.
Rule number 1. I'm writing it down.
Moving on.
Don't go in the door.
Dale.
I think there's some kind of mistake. This says I'm doing base maintenance, but I was trained as a fuel tech.
Well, the asteroid program's been put on hold, so the Brain Trust has decreed that fuel production is no longer mission essential.
What is base maintenance?
Yeah.
With your obvious quals, you'll be working maintenance on environmental units,
HVAC.
more or less.
Ah.
Because I thought I was going to be working on the surface.
Have a nice soul. The rest of you ducklings, follow me.
Have a nice soul. What does that mean? Like a day?
Listen, if you cannot find anything you need at the PX, like booze, laser disc, Playboy magazine, talk to me.
Playboys.
Lilia.
He got Playboys? Oh, it was his bunk. Oh, it's her.
Baby, you haven't been to work in months.
Oh, dang.
You barely leave the house anymore.
So, 2 months later, she hasn't gone back to work still?
I know you're going through a rough time, but this shit's it's beginning to affect the kids.
Therapy?
I think you should go back to Laura.
No. No more pills.
I'm assuming
No
that.
more talking about my trauma while she takes her little notes and goes, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, then go back to NASA. And tell them you want your job back.
I can't go back.
Well, I think you do need to go back to Lara
Yeah,
then.
you know what? I got a better idea. Why don't you just hide here from the world, fix TVs at 3:30 in the morning, because that's totally normal.
Hold on a second, bud. Hold on.
Nobody downstairs has been getting D-mail, vid-mail, anything for weeks. You serious? That's fucking bullshit. Welcome to Happy Valley.
So they do have some sort of internet, right?
It's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming.
The difference in being on top and on bottom, right?
Hey, take a look at the sink while you're here. It's not draining.
Oh, that's not really my...
Thank you.
And he's been cleaning the filter every Saturday, just like you showed him.
They should fix that though, so that everyone can get messages from their family. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
We're gonna have to delay some of our science objectives a little bit.
Delay. What does that
It's only temporary. Look, I know the work you're doing here is very important, but right now, everything at NASA hinges on getting the asteroid capture program back up. Because if we don't get that to start paying major dividends, and soon, we are just not going to be able to afford research like yours.
Right. No Bucks, no Buck Rogers.
Very true.
How'd Kelly take it? You staying up here again?
Well, she hasn't actually responded since I told her.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ed, but I gotta tell you, I don't blame her. You've been putting it off for 8 years. Can't stay up here forever.
Just want to make
Right.
sure that you got off on the right foot.
Don't be trying to put this off on me.
Has he not come home at all for 8 years? Is that even safe?
I'm just starting to think that the dysfunction goes a lot deeper. Take the comms down there, right? I guess there's some sort of bandwidth problem. They haven't been able to get messages from their families in weeks.
Right, yeah, we had some relay satellite that crapped out a couple months ago and it killed a lot of our normal communication capacity. So, central comms take priority.
So, you talking to Kelly counts as essential comms. Is that right?
Come on, Danny, we're doing the best we can with what we got.
I don't know that you are.
All right, TV's not working for the same reason.
Okay, so what are we gonna do to fix it?
Right?
We're not. I mean, there is a replacement satellite in the pipeline, but I can't imagine that's gonna happen until next year.
Next year, you remember when we were on the other side of this, on Apollo 22, right? A lot of talk, a lot of promises made, but no follow through.
No. 2 more weeks.
Bohica. And our morale was in the shitter.
That's true, but
As the commander of Happy Valley, I am superseding their order. So, spring a couple of your best engineers and come up with a fix. And we can send up an EVA, get it repaired right away. Get that bandwidth back up.
that's not a simple request, Danny.
Well, make it
Hey,
so.
don't
So.
scratch that, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes Ed is very much a grumpy old man, you know?
I'm no Margot Madison, that's for sure. Welcome back.
Oh,
I made a mistake.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have come back here.
Of course you should. You always have a place here, Aleda, no matter
I'm
what.
sorry. I quit.
Now, hold on a second.
Aleda, that's a bit rash. Why don't
Aleda?
you go to therapy like him and your husband said? He's like, what the fuck just happened?
I was flight director when you...
Blasted off Mars, strapped to the top of an M-SAM. Yeah, I think I know the woman whose brilliant idea that was.
Sorry about that.
No, you saved my life and my son's life. The least I can do is buy you a drink.
She already got one.
I quit.
Why?
I'm not sure.
To not being sure.
To not being sure.
That's most of life. Oh, dang.
Here, lime.
Lime is helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna tell my wife I came all this way to make less money than I'm making at home.
Straighten this out. We're all getting a haircut.
But I need those bonuses. I was misled. You know, this isn't what I was told it was supposed to be.
What's going on? Nothing I can't handle, sir.
Mr. Baldwin, sir, I don't mean to be the squeaky wheel, but I was hired as a fuel tech. A fuel tech who could make bonuses if I hit certain benchmarks. And I came all this way, millions of miles from my family, and I'm a glorified AC repairman making pennies on the dollar.
What's your name, sailor?
Dale, sir. Miles Dale.
Miles. You know where we are right now, yes?
Where we are?
Where we're standing right now.
The airlock.
No, Miles.
Okay.
We're standing on another fucking planet. And this planet, she's trying to kill us every chance she gets. And as much as we help each other here, it does not work unless you take some personal responsibility, Miles. Here we go.
All right, give them the go-ahead.
Good luck.
Satellite team, you are go for restart.
Reboot successful, Commander.
Yay.
Well, kid.
Good job, Danielle.
We're back in business. Congratulations. Well done. That's some balls.
Liquid is perfect. And I was gonna find it.
Oh,
in a place it had no right surviving. It fights with every cell, every fiber. It adapts. It may sound corny, but gives me hope, you know?
I think it's cute, though.
You barfed on our carpet last night. It smelled really bad.
Shoot. Oh, it's still wet. I hope that's just drool.
This is a plan to find private funding.
Yeah.
As in, leave NASA. I can't do that.
Why not?
All I ever wanted was to be a part of NASA. I grew up there. And what am I gonna do? Go out and beg for someone to give me millions of dollars to find life on Mars by myself?
Maybe not by
You
yourself.
wouldn't exactly be doing it alone.
Team up. Team up. I'm here for it. Oh, that donut looks good. I feel like these messages would be so important. I don't know how Ed and them think that it's fair that these people wouldn't get messages to and from their family.
It's been, you know, it's been fucking bullshit.
That was pretty fucking pathetic.
Yeah, thanks. Really don't think I could do 2 years up here.
You don't really have a choice.
Right.
You go back, Helios will charge you $150,000
Damn.
to recoup lost investment.
You serious?
All that money they shelled out to train you, to get you up here. It's in our contracts. The fine print.
Fuck! Where are we going?
Yeah.
Not far.
She got a secret underground thing. Oh dang, they got like a little secret club.
This is where we come to forget our troubles. Welcome to Ilias.
Ilias.
What would you like?
Ilias, I think.
Do the usual.
You sell booze here? I fermented in an airlock to drive out all the CO2. That's why vodka is so pure.
Goo, shit, that's strong. God damn. It's good.
Я слышу сирены и
Yeah.
мой телевизор.
Ничего.
He doesn't have any food in his thing.
У меня хлеб печется. Вам лучше идти домой.
No, something's going on. You don't have any food. No, Margot, walk away.
Нет! Нет, я не счастлива этого! Нет! Я не
Girl, that bread man told you to go home. Why did you not go home? See? this is why I said I was stressed about Margot. This was a much, like, calmer episode, I feel, than the first episode. Like, not nearly as much happened, I guess, until the end, of course, with Margot, which, let's just start with that. So, the TV was being weird, and then the guy at the thing was like, oh, just go home, nothing's happening. Like, I mean, sure, I guess you would be nosy, but if I'm in a place, I guess she's been living there for like 10 years at this point almost, but I think I would just go home, right? Like, I don't know. Or at least, like, she did try to leave, to be fair. She tried to leave in the beginning, and then she kind of got, like, kept in the little group. But, like, I'm pushing harder. I'm trying to leave. And it's not that I don't think she should stand up for the poor newspaper guy. Like, obviously, she knew him. They were kind of friends. Like, it makes sense. But, like, she also needs to be aware that she's, like, not, like, I just don't know her position in this country, right? Especially if she gets taken in by, like, the police. Are the Russian NASA people gonna come and get her out and, like, explain? Like, I don't know. Obviously something's going on. So maybe that's concerning. She might need to get out of the country anyway because, like, seems like maybe there's, like, a little bit of, like, a government overthrow thing happening, which is, you don't want to be there if that's happening, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. My brain is a bit slow right now, so. I like Aleida and Kelly working together. I like this idea. I am kind of worried about them going the private sector just because of what happened to Karen after she went private sector. Obviously, that didn't really have to do with going private. It actually had more to do with NASA than anything else, but it's just, that's my association with it, so it makes me a little bit nervous for them. Maybe pouring herself into work again, but not at NASA, will help Aleida to work through her PTSD and her guilt and whatever else she feels related to Margot and NASA and everything. But I don't know. I still think that maybe she should take her husband's advice and go back to therapy. But I also think, like, therapy only works if you're somebody who is going to be willing to put in the work for it, and kind of sounds like she's not, so I don't know. Maybe this will be her version of therapy, and then that will help her. That is my hope. I will say Ed is a very frustrating character. I feel like with him, it's always like one step forward, two steps back sort of character evolution, which is fine because it makes him very human. I feel like I've said this exact thing before, but it is frustrating to watch because as somebody who has been where the, like, quote unquote grunts are now with, like, the shitty food and stuff like that, I feel like he should know better than anyone, like, how that would feel. But also at the time that he had to deal with, like, the shitty food and the lack of communication and all that stuff, like, it was the only option. He also didn't have to then watch other people having communication and having better food and having better facilities and all of that stuff. Like, I think he would have felt very differently about it had he been in the same sort of situation that Miles and them are in. So it's always a little bit frustrating with Ed because he does have that really toxic mentality of, like, you should just be grateful for what you get and man up and blah, blah, blah. And no matter how many times that he's kind of tried to step away from that, it seems like he kind of just defaults back into it every time. And so, like, he always takes the step forward. He tries to change. He tries to be better. Like, when Danielle's like, this is what we need to do, he does it. But I just wish that, like, he wouldn't have to be, like, pushed into the corner to get there sometimes. Now, Danielle, as always, is great. She understands, like, how to, or she sees the problems, and she's trying to, like, bridge the gap that exists between the people who are, like, in SL3 and the people who get to be, like, on the surface. She's trying to bridge the, what's the word I'm looking for? Bridge the gap does work, but she's trying to, like there's inequality there that she's trying to, like, make less so, if that makes sense. And as always, like, I just pretty much agree with Danielle. She always kind of makes the right choice, and I don't usually, if ever, find myself being like, Danielle, what? You know, it's usually like, Ed, what? Just listen to Danielle. So that kind of continues. I wonder why Korea wants Lee to act properly. Like, that was kind of a weird exchange. Like, I wonder why they think he's acting improperly, you know? Don't really understand what's going on there. I do like how they show that, like, these certain people are getting amenities and things that make it more appealing to them to be here. And these people who were sold on this idea of having this different, like, being able to move beyond their station, right? Because Mars is, like, different, are realizing that it's not that different, right? Like, people are still people, and there's going to be hierarchies. There's going to be the people who are in charge, and then the people under the people in charge, and then, like, on and on as it goes. So I like Sam, I think they said her name was, Sam, showing Miles Ilias, and them having this sort of escape where even though they might not get the same things that the upper people get, the people who live on the ground floor, that they still sort of have a way to escape. Because once you commit, which I thought this episode was really good at showing the reality of what Miles committed to, right? Like, he had, like, these sorts of stars in his eyes, and he had these big, broad ideas about what Mars was going to mean. And the reality was much different than he expected. And I like sort of seeing the reality of it, like, kind of hit him in the face, because, like, that's 2 years of your life. Like, think if he had gotten the thing on the moon and it sucked, you know, and it was like, okay, but this is 4 months. Like, I can live with the sucking for 4 months, you know, like, it's not that long, like, still quite a long time, but, like, it's not years in the grand scheme of things. But you get here and it sucks. 2 years, that's 2 years of your life, and you can't leave because they're going to charge you $150,000 if you leave. He really, like, that is one contract you need to be reading the fine print for, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. I hope they have, like, books, or the ability to get books and stuff like that too, because, yeah, and, like, just notebooks, like, just being able to write down your thoughts and stuff would be very beneficial, being trapped in this place. What else? Is there anything else I want to say? I'm just very concerned about Margot, honestly. Like, what's going to happen to her? I didn't like the shot of her glasses just being broken on the ground. Like, it's very concerning. So, yeah. Anyway, I know this was short, but I am... I don't know. My brain has decided to stop working, so might as well end it here. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. If you want, you can watch episode 3 right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes so far of For All Mankind. That is over on Patreon as well, which is linked in the description down below. Yeah, I am going to let you guys go, and I hope to see you next time for more For All Mankind. Until then, bye guys!